Okay, I know this is a little weird, but I know that there's a lot of stepmoms out there that are new or really old at it, and they have a lot of issues with baby mama and stepdaughters and stepsons, and baby mamas getting married and still chasing after their husbands. So I decided to start Stepmommy's Got a Potty Mouth because everybody goes through the motions. Everybody likes baby mama and then hates her because she did something stupid. Because let's face it, whether you're a baby mama, whether you're a stepmom, whether you're an adoptive mom, or whatever, you're gonna have a love-hate relationship with the other one. My my stepson's biological mom, we're on good terms right now. 6 months ago, we wanted to kill each other. Let me give you a little backstory. She moved, I live in Idaho. She moved all the way from Astoria, Oregon, to try to get her husband back. They've been separated for 8 years. She had had 3 previous relationships and gave up custody of her son with my husband 4 years ago because she couldn't handle having her daughter and her son. So, her moving back here, saying she wanted to get or saying that she wanted to get her family back, saying all of this bullshit, was a little strange to me. You know, why, when he's finally happy, would you want to come back and try to ruin that? He'd been single the entire time until he met me. 7 years of celibacy. And, you know, it was really irritating to the both of us, me and my husband, that she would come back and try to ruin that. Her reasoning was because she wanted to be closer to her son. She has 3 kids. She has an older son who's 14 now, who she hadn't seen for over 12 years. He lives in Idaho with his biological dad. Her daughter, who she's always had full custody of because her daughter's biological dad is in prison. And her son with my husband, whom they had a year before they got married. Oh, and did I mention they were married for 4 months before she started cheating on him with the best man at their wedding. So, yeah, not really a lot to like about this woman. She called me everything in the book. She called me a placeholder. She called me a bitch. She called me a homewrecker. She had... Me and my stepson had a great relationship for the 2 months before she decided to move back to Idaho. And one night of him being with her just completely ruined it. He came back being defensive about everything. My husband and I both smoke, and so does she. And I made the joke of, well, you don't want to be a smoker like your parents. Not even including myself. And he turned around and goes, well, you're not my parent. I was like, I never said I was your parent. I'm not your mom. Your mom is Alex, and your dad is Peter. You know, I'm not your parent. I'm not trying to be your parent. I'd known the kid for 2 months. Why would I try to fill that spot? He had a mom. She hasn't been and still is not a very good mom, but she's his mom. Why would I try to take that place? I know I wouldn't want, when I have children, I know I wouldn't want anyone trying to take the place of me in my children's lives. Anyway, the best way that I saw to deal with it was pretty much, be a woman about it. I'm here to stay. Walk up to your baby mama, whether you've been married to your husband for a year or 10 years or whatever, if she's still living in a fantasy world where she thinks she's still going to get her husband back, or that you're just a placeholder, you have to swallow that pride. You have to be the bigger person, and you have to be like, all right, I get it. You guys were married. You guys had kids together. Shit didn't work out. Get the fuck over it. I'm here to stay. I married him. And if your baby mama's remarried, you're remarried. Get on with your life. We should have no connection except for this child or children, however many stepchildren you have. That should be it. Despite pickups, drop-offs, school stuff, helping with school supplies, child support, whether they owe you or you owe them, school functions if the child wants both of you to be there, birthdays, switching off on Christmases, that should be it. It shouldn't be, oh, how's your day? Oh, well, I stubbed my toe and blah, 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 blah. You don't have to be friends with this woman. I'm not friends with my baby mama. We get along for my son, for my stepson. That's it. If it was not for him, we probably wouldn't get along. If she was just some random ex-wife of his, if they did not have him in common, I'd probably killed the bitch. I've wanted to on many occasions. I know that some of you have horror stories. The worst of mine is she moved here in December of 2013. She deliberately locked herself out of her house and her car just so that she had to call my husband to come break into her house. I found out a month later that she told him that she did it deliberately because she wanted to talk. There was unfinished business or some bullshit. Some bullshit that they hadn't said to each other over the 7 years that they were separated. So, obviously, I went from, okay, she's fine, to this bitch is gonna fucking die. You don't do that to somebody. You don't lock yourself out of your car in your house and lure somebody over there just to get them to talk to you. That's borderline insane. Am I wrong? I mean, who does that? And it's been almost 2 years, and my husband and I are still married. We are trying for a child, and as of right now, we barely have to talk to her. I get together with her every once in a while to work out plans, but that's it. Nothing goes between her and my husband because I'm not comfortable with it and he's not comfortable with it. So if you're uncomfortable in your situation, sit down with your husband, talk to him, let him know how you're feeling. I'm a very extroverted person. I don't keep anything in. If I'm mad at you, you know it. If I'm upset, you fucking know it. And if I'm happy, you can tell by the way I fucking wiggle my nose. Or whatever. The most minimal thing you can tell. But that's it for now. I will hopefully be making weekly videos just to kind of stay in touch bases, whatever. But I'll be posting this in my group. Not my personal group, but a group that I'm a part of. And hopefully you guys will share it and get it out there so we can help other stepmoms. You're not alone. There's plenty of us. Divorce is way more common now than when we were kids. I'm 24. Half of my friends' parents are divorced. But it's really sad when my son makes friends around our apartments and he asks us to change the parenting plan so that he can see his friends because their parents are divorced and they have opposite parenting plans than us. You're not alone. There's always someone to talk to. I'll be posting this from my personal page onto the stepmom page that I'm a part of. I'm always open to emails. Hell, video chats, whatever. I know that in the beginning of my journey as a stepmom, I was anxious. I was irritable. I hated my husband for letting me be in this position. But the best advice I can give you is if the good days trump over the bad, if you have more good days than you have bad days, then it's totally worth it. If your stepkids can accept you and your husband being together and being a family, don't take it for granted. Yeah, I know I just rambled on for another 2 minutes. So, yeah, videos every week. This is Stepmommy Has a Potty Mouth, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.